What do you pretend to enjoy to keep the peace but secretly can't stand? Gamma shows. I live with my 66-year-old dad, 82-year-old great uncle and 87-year-old grandmother. So many gamma shows. My mother-in-law pronounces my name wrong. ETA. Since everyone asked, my name is Olivia. She doesn't believe she is saying it any different from the way we say it. ETA too. She says Olivia with almost a pause between the two. My grandmother, have some cream soda. My grandfather, I don't like cream soda. My grandmother, you love cream soda. My grandfather, you love cream soda. And you think everyone else loves cream soda. But I just wanted to keep the peace. Because who wants to fight about cream soda? My grandmother, you don't love cream soda? I think this may very well be the best comment in this thread, since it puts into perspective what keeping the peace really means in the long run with family and significant others. It builds unnecessary resentment. Don't be belligerent about how much you hate the thing in question. Just be honest. My dad's cooking. He doesn't have a sense of smell or taste, so everything he makes is seasoned way too much or not at all. It's awful. It's never a is it good, it is always so. How bad is it? You don't understand. Without the distraction of taste, your mind is free to touch the zen of pure flavor. You could become the greatest chef ever. My wife has the worst taste in perfumes. I mean terrible. Whenever she picks out perfume, it makes her smell like a 75-year-old church lady. It's always been this way. We've been together for 24 years. I've talked to her about it several times, but she just will not catch on to the fact that her perfume gives me the virile panther reaction. I bought her perfume, but it quickly disappeared and geriatric flower must comes back with a new label. She's so excited when she finds a new one, it just breaks my heart when she sprays out the scent of quilting bees and funerals for my approval. I don't give her my approval, and I make her roll the window down in the car, but I try not to cough and run away when she puts some on. Crap man, we married the same woman. My wife also goes for odor geriatric with her perfumes. I've tried to get her to try something else, but to her mind, overpowering smell of week old flowers equals delightful fragrance. I mean, I know she likes it and that's what matters, but it's so dang cloying, and grandma why? My wife eats her bedtime snack in bed and she sounds like her old garbage disposal with glass and the bones of small children in it. My boyfriend has a sinus problem, so I know for a fact that he doesn't mean to eat like this, but he sounds like a drowning pug because he can't eat and breathe out of his nose, so it's a mix of huffing and smacking. Talking with my mom. I know she needs the weekly calls and I'll let her pour her heart out even though I'm not interested in her love life at all. I love my mom more than anything, but whenever I talk to her she's either complaining about politics or talking about someone I either don't know or don't at all care about. It's really tiring, but she's my mom so I have to play along. Idiot coworkers. Says you, we all think you're dumber than hammered crap down at the office. Pretending not to know what my girlfriend's parents are saying when they switch to German. Update. I will update everyone on letting them know I speak German. Just hold your breath, I don't know when the next time I'll see them will be. Whenever my sisters come over they try to spruce my place up and always give me backhanded comments hinting why my apartment isn't perfectly clean. I just smile and wave. Sounds like you got the win. Wish somebody would come spruce up my place. All anybody does is come make a mess and drink my beer. Hanging out with my wife's awful friends. I feel your pain. I hated my ex's friends so much, but you just have to deal with it. Unless they do something really crappy, then you can bash them. Family gatherings. They make me anxious. Everyone talks over each other, and some of my in-laws have children I literally cannot stand. But I have to pretend to be all excited, bring a side, and act like I'm enjoying all the commotion. Gag me. Living with my roommates. Small talk. Sure is a hot one today. My sister-in-law. My brother works hard and brings home more than $200k a year, but she's always complaining that her friend's husband earns more. When he comes home from work, he does the cooking, dishes, bathes the kids, and put them to sleep while she's on her butt watching TV, and her reasoning is she had to watch the kids all day so she deserves some rest. And by watch the kids all day, she means she dropped them off and picked them up from daycare Montessori weekends. He does the chores and she doesn't want to hire a housekeeper because she doesn't want a stranger in her house touching her things. I brought it up a couple of times during the few rare times I was able to have a small drink with him, but he absolutely hates the conversation and uses bull's logic to defend his wife. He acts so positively about it, but I have a feeling he's already dead inside, so I don't bring it up anymore and smile when I see that B. He does sound dead inside. Defending someone when they are in butt to you is a sure sign that you know they are treating you like crap, but to admit it means you also have to admit you are a doormat. Sad as heck. Murder crime shows or movies. My wife loves them and I just meh. I like SVU a lot, but even that I can't watch non-stop, but I hate almost all others. But I'll just play on my phone, cuddle the dogs, or whatever while she watches them. I'm dealing with a Criminal Minds obsession at my house right now. Luckily there's 3 of them to watch it together so I can just go dong around on the computer and watch like an episode a month to put my time in. Visiting my in-laws. They live 3 hours away so we have to stay a whole weekend when we go there. This is why we can't move away until my in-laws are dead. They're in town, so I can just go home when I've had my fill. So buying rocks because somebody says they have some magical properties. No, you shouldn't be spending money to buy some rocks to shove in a bag and never look at again. Heck, I'd just buy the rocks because they're pretty. Smooth rose quartz pebbles, beautiful turquoise chips, smooth sandstone, amethyst geodes, tiny malachite statues, gorgeous chunks of lapis lazuli. Frick the magical properties. I just think rocks are neato. My husband's family has really weird taste in food, so anytime we are going to a holiday gathering with them, we pre-game the meal at home with our own food, then load up small plates with absolute unrelated nonsense and circulate the room dropping tidbits in the garbage anytime we're out of line of sight. I'm talking mountains of off-brand hummus with off-brand stale cheese crackers, boiled but unseasoned meats cold, 500,000 veggie chips with a single thimbleful of dip, random heaps of vegetables with no serving spoon, individual containers of already dressed salad with no explanation what's involved in the salad, and no menu coordination whatsoever. They don't even seem to like the food, as we are the only ones who get plates of it. I really don't understand the whole process, but I'm not really invested enough to try to get to the bottom of it. Lol sounds like an alien trying to imitate human Thanksgiving. I don't pretend to enjoy it, but I pretend I don't hear it. My mother's sectarianism. It's just so odd, because she raised me to be better than that. My mill. I was done after she gave me a purse for Christmas that had dead cockroach limbs everywhere inside it. I'm all for vintage, but really? Plus she's a meddlesome, manipulative, conniving bee who tells us on the daily that we're raising her granddaughters wrong and we need to act quick before Satan wraps them in his embrace of evil forever. Exact words, in an Easter card. The Academy Awards. My mom loves it and we watch it every year. It's like an event. I have to go over to her place and start watching the walk-ins at like 2 PM. Plus I'm not at all interested in the show itself. My mom thinks it awesome, though, and she assumes that since I love film I love it too. But it's just a bunch of wankers patting themselves on the back, and most films that resonate with me don't even get nominated. But my mom loves it. She cooks a special meal and it's like an event, so I act like I enjoy it and actually do enjoy seeing her happy. She probably isn't as invested in it as you think, but it's a special event for the two of you. I'm glad you realize the importance of it and hope you continue to enjoy the time with her. My friend group's sense of humor outside of jokes. Sometimes when we're bored we'll plug in a Chromecast and watch a bunch of YouTube videos. Besides me and my best friend's videos, 90% of them were Minecraft animations and video game song parodies, and I was just blown away over how cringy half of the crap was, especially since I've known these kids for years and we're all in college. Mediocre food at a restaurant when everyone else is enjoying themselves. When someone else says their food is good, I just keep the thought this Italian food is crap to myself. My brother's company. He will literally talk at me for hours about his opinions on politics, the news, Muslims, black people, how I'm an idiot because I didn't know this random fact he heard on the telly this morning, which is normally wrong. what he'd do if he ran the country. The list is both endless and yet weirdly repetitive. If you try and counter his point of view, then he gets really nasty. So Christmas was a delightful experience of 4 freaking hours of him preaching from his pulpit. It's gotten to the point, because I can't cut him off as much as I'd like to, as my family still want to see his kids, where I invented a bingo card with topics instead of numbers that you tick off when he starts talking about them. Sometimes I feel like a bee for doing it, but the rest of my family were playing it over the holidays and seemed to really enjoy it, so there is that. When people use the following tricks to try to sound like they're a really good singer. Too much vibrato in their voice, like vibrato all the time, that Jonas Brothers-esque sigh at the beginning of a line or word, or too much breathiness in general. Teenage singers do this to sound angsty or vivacious, but it just makes me mad. Working in general, it's my time and I want it now. But if you go to the general, you save some time. Being told I don't empathize with customers enough. I genuinely sorry that your sofa spring is broken, but more do they want me to do? Weep for your poor broken dining chair? When people in my school talk about political matters, yet are not at all educated on anything to do with it, and are speaking out of their asses. People talking about amazingly intelligent their 2-year-old is. Pictures of friends' babies on social media. I am supposed to appear interested at seeing 20 posts of your baby per day in a different outfit scenario. I've hidden every person on my feed that posts more than one baby post a week. Lifetime Movie Network. Spoiler, the stepdad is always the killer. I am currently a film student, and if I reveal that I don't like Jean-Luc Godard to my sign friends, then my butt is grass. Hanging out with my wife's LGBT friends during college was always a drag. Not because they were gay, but because being gay was all they seemed able to talk about. It was just always incredibly boring, except for the 2 nerdy dudes who hosted their own Minecraft server and liked to talk about computers and electronics with me. You guys made those gatherings at least bearable, and I hope you're both still banging each other right now. I'm gay and hate when other gays only talk about how gay they are. A handful of gay jokes and some gay topics are fine, but Jesus Christ, shut the heck up. My mother's health obsession. She's constantly telling me how I'm gonna die for half the choices I make and controlling what I eat to the best of her ability. I pretend I'm fine with it and order pizza on the weekends and gasp wear deodorant before I'm about to go somewhere. I will also get all the vaccinations I need when I'm older because I'll live in fear of getting a deadly disease and hearing. This could have been prevented by the vaccination. I only had 4 vaccines as a kid, and that's because it was mandatory. The rest mother signed waivers for. I got vaccinated when I became an adult and had my doc have a panic about me not being vaccinated and thank herd immunity. Listening to my sauce fantasies while making love. It turns them on to talk about it, but I don't enjoy hearing how they would include my friends in our lovemaking. You should mention that. Cuddling. My wife loves it. She is extremely affectionately needy, so I give it to her. But Jesus Christ, it's boring as heck. Just laying there, not doing crap but holding each other. I don't mind cuddling at night when I'm trying to go to sleep, but she sometimes wants to just lay in bed in the middle of the day on the weekend and snuggle. She knows I hate that, but I'll do it for a while just to please her. Good on you. I'm an affectionate guy. My wife isn't. I told her I need affection. I don't get affection still. You're doing your wife a big favor by giving her that even though you don't enjoy it. Kudos Reddit stranger. Whenever someone wants to take the lead on fixing something in a social setting, I work in IT and I'm pretty intuitive in general, and half the time I might actually be able to help. But I know some people have their pride about these things, so I'll just watch and wait. My cousin used to work for my dad as his secretary. Back in 2010, he had to let her go because the market was so bad. Shortly after, she foreclosed on her house. My dad has a heart of gold, so he allowed her and her long-term boyfriend and their 3 kids to stay in the basement of his house while they got back on their feet. This was shortly after my mom died. My older sister and I were gone at college, and my 2 younger sisters and him were in a big house all alone. It was pretty depressing. They moved in and brought life into the house. However, this was nearly 7 years ago now and they're still there. They don't pay a dime in rent, live like absolute hoarders. My little cousins sleep in a single bedroom, one a freshman in high school. They hardly contribute to the house and refuse to pay for a storage unit, so all of their things are spread throughout the basement, porch and kitchen. I act like it's a great time when I go over there, but couldn't be more freaking annoyed at how lazy and complacent they are. You have been visited by the romantic doggo. Comment love is magic so you never fall in the friend zone. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day you magnificent people.